Hey, you caught me tasting the biscuits. Now these finished cooking while you were watching that nice Food City commercial, and they are biscuits made just as simply as you saw. They're not a bit like hockey pucks. They're biscuits. Now, you notice that I didn't need those biscuits at all. This is that same dough. And while you've been gone, I've been kneading some flour into it. And you notice now that it's a much stiffer, firmer dough. Still not sticky. And just to make it look classy, I put that parchment paper on there. You don't need to do that. But, you know, I feel the urge to make it look just as good as I can. And I'm going to roll that out. And what this is going to become is the topping for, in this case, a chicken pot pie. Now, you can do exactly the same thing to make a fruit cobbler pie. Now, let me tell you a secret. My mama was here, I wouldn't tell you this, but I make most of my cobbler pies by buying Food Club pre-made pie filling and putting it in the pan. If I buy apple, I add a little cinnamon, maybe a little butter. If I'm doing cherry, as I'm going to show you in a minute, I don't do any of that. I open the can, I heat it, because anytime you're going to put a crust like this onto that sort of liquid in a pan, you will get a better texture to the crust if you heat the filling beforehand, because it seals, the heat seals the bottom of the crust. And I just happen to have a filling for chicken pot pie. Now this is terribly complicated, and you're going to have to devote a day or two to doing this. This is half a leftover rotisserie chicken from Food City. I used the savory kind. I didn't want barbecue flavor in my chicken pot pie. To that, I added a couple of cans of drained mixed vegetables. I added a couple of cans of cream of chicken soup. I added a soup can of milk, and I heated that to a boil. And that's what you have right there. I'm going to turn that burner off so I don't accidentally burn the bottom of this while I'm showing it to you. And now we're going to do something really, really complex. Oh, there's my sharp knife. I knew I had one somewhere. We're going to cut that dough that I've just rolled out into nice long strips, and we're going to lay those strips along the top of that hot filling. We're going to tack them to each end, and we're going to get ready to put this. Now, I baked those biscuits in a 400-degree oven, 425, depending on your oven. You'll have to kind of know how your oven works. Biscuits need to be baked hot. This needs to be baked at a lower temperature. 350 will work fine. It'll take it 45-50 minutes for the crust to get finished on top. And I didn't do the best job rolling this that I've ever seen done, so we're going to cheat a little. Now, don't you tell anybody that I do things like this, because I don't want anybody to know. It's just not. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I ask you, is that not great? And you're ready to pop that into the oven and let it bake, as I say, 40-45 minutes. You know it's done when that's nice and brown, when the strips of dough are nice and brown on top, and when the filling is bubbly. Somebody asked me the other day if I didn't have any measure for cooking except brown and bubbly. And I said, what else do you need? Now let me just pop this into this beautiful oven. Folks, I love to come visit the Maytag store here in Turkey Creek. And let me tell you, it's especially nice to visit it this month, because in addition to this big Mother's Day, this is Maytag month here at Food City, how's that for a habit? Here at the Maytag store in Turkey Creek. And as I told you earlier, I covet this kitchen. Now I know it tells me I'm not supposed to covet, but you check the 10 Commandments and nowhere does it say, do not covet your neighbor's kitchen. And so I covet this kitchen. Now, let me show you another use. Oh, I was going to show you the cobbler, wasn't I? Some days you just can't depend on me. Can you imagine a scoop or two of that with some vanilla ice cream? I'll tell you, it's good, and they're going to think you worked all day, and you didn't. Now, you just stay right where you are. We've got a special guest coming, and we're not nearly done with this biscuit dough.